Hi! How's everybody doing? Welcome to the stream. Happy Sunday. Happy. Hi, Beth. How are you? Oh, hi, Alice. Oh, I'm so happy to see you here. I miss you. Okay. So today, we are working on Journey June stuff. Let's see if I can get this going here. Thank you! She's my little Cloverkin, really. I remade Cloverkin in this little avatar program, so when I'm not here, she will be. So it's still me, you know, but like a little 3D me. And at least then, you know, it feels more, I want to say realistic, but, you know, I don't know. So it's got lip tracking and face tracking and all that kind of stuff, so it's a plus. It's better than the little GIF I had. Oh, I'm glad you're here, Alice. I missed you. How you been, Beth? You good? Alright, so this is my hero. This little plorper here. This little guy. I have named him Willick. He is a candle person. Everybody in my story is gonna be candle folk. Candle folk! So, oh my god, this broke off during yesterday's stream when I was making this. So, this is the piece we're doing today. It's just Willick in his little town. Basic, nothing too crazy. Here, I'm gonna sharpen my pencil, hold on. Okay, well, it's this junk again where I gotta do this thing. Hold on, let me get my... Thank you! Well, the fun thing about these people that I've created is they don't light themselves normally. I've decided that whenever they light themselves, it needs to be a pretty special occasion because it does take away from their life every time they're lit. Because of course candles shrink, you know, when they're used. So majority of candle folk are going to be tall, like tall, slender, you know, regular candles. Our hero is at a very severe disadvantage because he was born short. So everybody suspects his lifespan to be shorter than the rest, when really he's going to be, you know, one of the most heroic. So, in that, I believe there's probably a metaphor for, you know, those who have shorter life expectancies being less people. They're not. They have as much potential, if not more, than anybody else. So I thought that was a nice little sideways metaphor that's in there. But anyway, so we're going to go with that. So it comes with its own slew of interesting problems, like the houses. When I was doing this yesterday on stream, on Journey June's Instagram, which I'll link the stream itself in case anybody wants to watch it. I actually go over some stuff that's good to think about if you do choose to do Journey June or create characters in general. There's, like, I'm talking while I'm going through design decisions, and there's some stuff in there that I think could really be helpful with when you're creating a character. Such as this, like, if these people are meant to be on fire a lot of the time, then, you know, what does that mean for where they live? They have to probably have metal roofs, because usually I do metal or clay. majority of my architecture is usually wood. So how do I deal with that? So I have to, plan accordingly so that the roofs are either gonna be wood or clay, so they can't start on fire. But the fun thing about their design that I figured out early on was I'm making their hair and their arms part of the wax. So, I did a really cute girl one that's downstairs. Well, regardless, I can go get it another time. But the wax driplets are their arms and their hair. So it's fun. And then I went over trying to design his clothes yesterday on the stream too. And I got to this cute little romper idea for majority of them because they can't really have things go over their wax bits. And this is, I don't know if I'm going to keep that like for the bag. I'm going to have to figure something else out. But for the most part, they have to kind of be in rompers and skirts and things. So that's a fun bit. I also have these notes that I thought of during the stream that I wrote down where, like I was saying, they shrink when they're lit because candles shrink when, they start burning down, right? But rich candles, the rich class, they get to add on wax as much as they want. So my thought is if I have a really rich candle folk, like they'd probably be extra tall, extra slender, but they'd also have all these different segments of added on wax. And sometimes it might be different colored wax, so they might be a lot more colorful, but their hair, aka their wax hair, would be, very long and what would probably be the equivalent to wavy. And their eyes would probably be pretty high up as opposed to the other candle folk. But I would assume their arms and things would be still around the spot it should be. But, yeah. So they're gonna have different aspects. And then I started drawing my villain last night too. Which they're gonna have a scepter that's a candle snuffer. So if anybody's seen Candle Snuffer, they're kind of an old school concept. I actually own 3 because I collected them at one point. They're really cool looking, but they almost look like they've got a bell on the end, most of them. And they do already look like, something here that you would hold, like a scepter or staff. It kind of looks like a shepherd's staff. But I figured the villain having a candle snuffer might be a good idea because it puts out flames. But maybe it's not the villain. I don't know. I still haven't decided. So if you want to follow my Journey June story as it unfolds and as I learn all these things about all these different characters that I've just made in the past week, you can follow it on Cloverkin JJ. I made a separate account. And I just started the new account last year, I think. So, oh my gosh, I gotta catch up in chat. Real quick though, if anybody is confused on what challenge I'm talking about, check out JourneyJune.com. JourneyJune.com has all these different resources for you. She moves and she's you, but you don't have to put on makeup. I know, right? That was that was the really nice point to this whole thing, is that I get to have a little me, because it's this character, but I basically remade her, to be this character. So it works out. Hi Cavendish, hi Otter. Azakor, welcome. Hi. Feral Phalian? Whoa, I like that. Feral Phalian, hi. And Jeff Weber. Hi, Jeff. How have you been? Yes, Otter. So what I was thinking for that sort of thing was I've got this candle here in the back, and there's a candle merchant here, and he's selling the little, they're like single candle holder things that loop around your finger. I'm sure you've seen them before, but I figured these might be the equivalent to like for babies or something, like little baby candles. I don't know. I just figure somebody'd be selling them, but similar to your candelabra thing. But there's a lot to really unpack with these, which I really like. I just have a thing for candles. And if anybody knows me, I've got a Guardian that I did. I'm actually stealing from myself, if I'm being honest here. But way back, I did a character called the Wickle. This is... Hi, 001. So that character I made in 2019, and now I'm kind of thinking more about that race. So I'm not reusing the same character, but I'm reusing a similar idea, but it's completely fresh. Like, there's nothing new I'm carrying over. Nothing like that. So we've got that going. I'm going to do a watercolor of this today, and I'm going to try to make it kind of as quick as I can. So usually on Sundays, I have like till 5 p.m., and then I have to go watch the dogs downstairs. But my husband actually, his hours changed today, so he, instead of doing 5 to 10 p.m., he's doing 2 to 10 p.m., which means he left 10 minutes ago. So I'm attempting to do this while my dogs are kind of napping, and hopefully they give me a good amount of time to do this. I'm hoping at least an hour. So I'm going to try to bang this out in an hour. So we'll see how this goes. But, I mean, if nothing else, I'm going to try to do a simple style here. And this is not going to be the style that every one of my Journey June posts will be. If anybody wants to join Journey June, please know it is not an art challenge exactly. It's geared towards artists, but it's more of a storytelling challenge and getting better at learning how to tell stories. So what we really want people to do is to think visually and do basically a story outline visually. So you're drawing it mainly as thumbnails. We want people to do it as thumbnails, not finished anything, because it's a first draft. So to do finalized art on a first draft is ludicrous. It's ridiculous. You don't want to do that. And we don't expect people to do that. So that's kind of what we're shooting for here then. Is just people do really, really rough stuff. I'm going to do just kind of a crazy bright yellow. Not really even sure where I'm going to go with this right now, but we're going to just have fun. It's a concept art piece, so it's kind of whatever I want it to be. And you're probably not even going to see majority of the colors until I get it going. Because the camera can't really pick up how light this is. I'm doing a light wash to start with. How's everybody's week? How's part of your weekend? Tell me about it. It is Memorial Day weekend here in the States. So yeah, I mean that analogy sure is there, isn't it? Especially carrying around a candle snuffer. So I mean, that would be the pretty obvious choice, which I might do just for simplicity's sake. What I'd really like to do is take the past 4 Journey June stories I've done and at some point like finish them up and make a little anthology. I think that'd be great. I would really, really like to do that. Also, I think I'm doing level 2 this year for these guys. I think the past 2 years? 2 Journey Junes maybe? I did I did level 1. Usually I would do level 1 and Gabe would do level 2, but since Gabe is way too busy this year to even attempt Journey June, I was thinking maybe I could just do level 2, I think. Oh, nice, Jeff. Do you have fun plans then? You gonna do something nice? I'm so sorry for my sniffles. I do not have a cold. I have seasonal allergies, which is like a cold you can predict. It's ridiculous. Alright, now I gotta get better at switching my brushes around. For any of my patrons who get mailed rewards, if you just get Clover cards and nothing else, those went out Thursday? Yeah, I think Thursday. If you get Clover cards and Curious Collector stuff, or just Curious Collector stuff, that'll go out on Tuesday. I totally forgot it's Memorial Day weekend, and I should have sent things out Saturday morning, but I completely was not ready to, so. Yeah, it's been a bad allergy season. Oh my gosh. It's so... it's super bad. I'm having a hard time with that, so... Hi, EB! How you doing? How's your week? Enjoying the weather. Oh, good, Jeff. I hope it's nicer where you are today. Today it's kind of the... Yesterday was very nice. Today is hot and hazy outside. So it's like, ugh. Let's see. Oh, I'm glad, Elizabeth. I'm happy you're excited. Sorry they didn't go out earlier. Try and I try and I try. Sometimes I just can't get them out in time. Let's see, get some of this yellow going on. So I feel like these people only light themselves up for either special occasions or in dire situations. That way, when it actually happens in the story, it's more of a big deal, and I like that. Like, it's not just commonplace, and it ties in more than with their lifespan, you know, which I really like that aspect too. And I guess it also goes along with that motto of, what the hell was that one saying? It was like, stars burn the brightest, the quickest, or something. You guys know what I'm talking about? There's a saying about burning out bright, like quickly. Oh my god. I know some of you know what I'm talking about. Enjoying your days off? Oh, good. I'm so glad. I feel bad for Gabe. He's at the store today while it's, you know, the day before Memorial Day, so he's probably gonna get just manhandled. I feel terrible for him. He's such a trooper. I'm a very lucky person to know him. I think he's a very cool dude. God, I still have onion on some of my stuff from my recent reel. Good lord. How have I been? I've been okay. I'm sad I didn't get to send out the Patreon stuff earlier, because I totally forgot that, you know, there would be no mail going out on Monday. So I feel bad about that. But other than that, I've just been really trying to finish up a lot of stuff. It's been a rough month, and I'm trying to get Journey June ready to kind of go. You know what? I'm not going to do blue for that, actually. I'm going to do gold. It's gonna be hard because I'm gonna basically be running it alone, at least until the end, and then Gabe will kind of come in and do his part of it. But I mean, I normally kind of run it alone until the end, or when he has to do workshops and things, but I don't know. It's more fun when he's doing the challenge too, but he does not have time. Like, really badly does not have time. And he's pissed off he can't do it too. He loves doing it every year with me. We both do. I think there was one year I had to miss because I was way too busy, and it sucked because I was so admittedly jealous. But otherwise, I'm okay. Trying to figure out money stuff, but that's always kind of a situation. It's ongoing, we'll say. Twice as bright, burns half as long. Yeah. Maybe that's what I was thinking of. So I'm hoping to use something like that in here. I think that'd be fun. To use some candle-like things. But I don't want to get too cliche, I guess. We'll see. We'll see where the story even goes. I gotta figure out who his mentor is gonna be and everything. It'll be fun. I love thinking of these things. These are the sorts of things I just think about in the shower anyway. In times like that, I'll just think about characters and stories. That's why it's really nice that I've got those tiers on my Patreon that are stories every month, because that's the kind of stuff I'm thinking about anyway. So I get to not only think about it in the shower and things, but I get to actually act on it. So that's really nice. Oh, it's your first 2 shows. Well, I wish you the best of luck. And like I said, if anything happens where you're confused and something happens you don't know what to do, DM me somewhere and I can help talk you through it. In case you don't have like another, I guess, convention mentor or something. I did conventions basically twice a month for like 4 years. It was a whole thing. Is very exciting. Yes, please do post pictures and your table. That's always fun to see. One year I did a GIF animation of my table as I was putting it together at New York Comic Con, and that was fun. It was nice to see how it kind of came together. I had it down so quickly and easily, and that's something that you just figure out over time. Like how to get more modular, how to get smarter about how things are packed. That just comes with practice. Yeah, it's a very bright green. Very bright. Oh, did you, Azakor? Awesome! Man, I wish FairyCon would have been so much better that year. I met so many fun people at that one. I think I sold like maybe $200 worth of stuff the entire weekend. It was kind of dead, but it was still super fun. Did you end up making that game? I remember being excited about that. Are you? Oh man. I'm here for you. Oh, good. Well, I'm excited about it. Whenever it comes up. Oh, no, I totally get it. Man, passion projects are slow going. Can't rush them. You know, unless you've got some sort of wealthy benefactor who actually is funding the project. No, it's slow going. I completely understand. It's how majority of my stuff is, so I get it. No problem. Now, what kind of pants should he have? Kinda don't want to do red, brown, green. I kind of like the idea of green pants, I'll be honest. Yeah, I'm into that. Works for me. Does anybody have any fun plans upcoming? Or anything on the horizon, really? I add some like rusting, I guess, to this. I guess that'd be what it is. Hi, Twillo. How you doing? I'm guessing the FC is FurCon. What is the BL? Baltimore? Baltimore... No, something Lake, maybe? Biggest Little? Oh, where's that at? That's a cute name. Oh, Reno. That makes sense. Doing all the chores? Well, Sunday's a good time for the chores. Going north for the holiday. Nice. Well, I hope the weather's good. It's gonna be crazy hot here. The next 3 days are like the 90s. Luckily, Gabe has a few days off that he gets to like catch up on his freelance work, because he's still got the same workload he had before freelance wise, but since he got this other job too, he has to do everything. So the minute he gets home from work, like last night he got home at 10 and he worked for like 2 or 3 hours on his regular job. Like, he's burning the candle at both ends, if you will. Oh god, this whole month is just gonna be candle puns up the ass. Hi, Cat! How you doing? Oh, candle puns. It can't be helped. It's just gonna happen. Everybody knows it. I know it, you know it. It really is, yeah. He's amazing. I probably admire him more than anybody that I know. He's a pretty amazing human. And he's still a great guy. Despite having to do all these things, he's still selfless, and I don't know how he does it. I would be so bitter if I was in his position. I know it. But he just does the work. He's a really good guy. Oh God, EB. Did you get just tired all the time? There was a time I had 3 jobs, but they were all like part-time. So it wasn't a huge deal, and they were all kind of, I don't know, I don't want to say like laborious work, but they were just pretty easy to do. Like you knew what you were doing all the time. It wasn't too much thinking or anything like that. And that was when I was in my early 20s. So that wasn't so bad. But yeah, 3 of them was just, I don't know. If I had to do full-time jobs though, F that. No, that's hard. I don't know how you did it. And a 3rd shift at Walmart? Oh. Yeah, he's working at Walmart as a cart fetcher. It was the only opening they had out here. We're kind of in a rural area, so slim pickings. Gotta do what you gotta do, though. Like, when you gotta make money, it doesn't matter if you have, you know, a college degree or not, or what your actual career is. When you gotta make money, you make money however you can. And you know, if you're an artist and you need to take up a part-time job, don't feel ashamed by that. Don't feel ashamed by doing whatever you have to do. It doesn't mean you've failed either. You know, you're still an artist. And you didn't fail being a freelance artist, because there's so much more playing into all this than, you know, you even know. Like, people are thinking we're going into a recession and all this stuff. Like, there's so much that plays into this that you don't have control over, so why blame yourself? You're just trying to work with what you're given, and if the art market isn't doing so hot and people aren't buying art, you know, that's not your fault. And especially if you're not the only one hurting, that is not your fault. So just do what you gotta do. And do it without, you know, remorse. Oh, that's good, EP. I'm happy that's changed around for you. Sounds like it was a pain originally. I figure they can't have a lot of fabrics around either. Because who knows who's, you know, someone lights up. They might take down a whole village if it's made out of fabric or anything like that. Is anybody else going to try Journey June this year? If nothing else, try it on your own. You know, you don't have to post, you don't have to do anything like that if you don't feel like it. Because, you know, just to feel it out if you aren't sure. Trying to make this more of an iron town, but I want it to be welcoming too, so it's hard to do things in this color palette but make it seem also welcoming. Oh, thank you, EB. This little guy is my Journey June hero. I've chosen. He is chosen. I'll show you the other concepts I did yesterday during the Journey June stream. It's a messy concept piece, but that's okay. Here's yesterday's. So I basically took the same concept here and put it there, but I think I'm going to stick with how his romper is fastening here as opposed to here. I don't know if I like the crisscross laces. And then this is kind of one of the candle houses, and here's other characters. So those are all I've basically drawn so far. There's one more piece that I did, but I forgot it downstairs. It just had a cute little candle girl like over here. But I'm excited to see what happens with his journey and who he'll meet along the way. I just get so excited just thinking about new stories, new characters, all these things that I can't wait to just dive into their world and see what happens. Because so much of the time, I feel like I'm not in control of choosing their stuff. I just follow them. I feel like I'm following them in my brain with a camera, and things just kind of pop out, and it's like, oh yeah, okay, this guy, we'll put him in, and you know, it's just so much fun. Alice, do you remember the Guardian that I did in 2019, the Wickle? The little guy, he came with a spell that involved like beeswax and things like that. Do you remember that guy? Again, I apologize for all my sniffing. Oh my goodness. Oh. Oh. So much sniffing. Sniffling. Oh, also, it was this guy. But I basically stole from myself just the idea of an animate candle, and then I went with it a little bit more, and then here we are. Because I wanted to do something with candles, but I wasn't sure what. And then we got here. What was I just talking about before? Oh my god, I totally am forgetting. Sniffling? I don't know. Yes, okay. So I'm basically taking that idea of an animate candle person and then just kind of going with it. I'm not reusing the character, but just the idea kind of behind that. The main reason we don't want people to reuse characters they've made is because they usually have a giant backstory with them, and we don't want that backstory like conflicting or confusing them during Journey June, which in a lot of cases it would. Like they'd be like, well, he can't do this prompt this day because he had, you know, this back in his first arc on, you know, this first book, and it's like, no. See, no. Can't have that. So let's go back and do some of the groundwork, literal groundwork. I am speeding this. I'm going through it, I'm going fast, and it's going to be messy. But I would like to get it all down, and then if I want to tighten it up, I can always go over it with some pens and, you know, make it better that way. But for right now, it's kind of fun being messy. I'm always too exact with a lot of my work that when I get a chance to be messy, it's kind of nice. Let's be honest. But I originally did this sketch on my iPad last night, probably within like 20 minutes or so, and then today printed it out on my watercolor paper. Dot these and see if they spread out a bit on their own. Get some texture in here because it's the dirt. So next month's Guardian for my Curious Collector tier is probably going to be, I've been waiting for a specific month to kind of do it, and I think June's a good month. It's going to be a sun axolotl. It'll be an axolotl that's like a sun spirit. And I already kind of designed him like 2 months ago, I think. I did a cute little drawing of it. So I think that'll be pretty cute. Because their faces kind of look like suns. They have little sun rays coming off them. It's kind of perfect. So I'll be making like axolotl stickers for that too. So if anybody's interested in that and likes axolotls, pretty sure I won't let you down. Pretty sure. But I'm just happy to have thought of the next Guardian a little bit earlier, because lately I've just been like a little bit dry on ideas, so when it gets a little bit too late, you know. Except this month's I thought of basically last minute, and I ended up actually kind of liking it. I was mowing the lawn and I thought of it. Literally, I thought of the Guardian while mowing the lawn, and I don't know, I dig it. So this month's comes with a bunch of little buggy stickers, little bugs, like pill bugs and woolly bears and bees. I think there's a ladybug. Thank you, Alice. I'm glad you agree with me. Yeah. It just seemed really obvious to make it a sun. And then I've got another one lined up at some point to be a moon. and I'm gonna kind of tie their stories together. And then hopefully next year I can start working on making like a field guide of all these guardians, because I've got, oh god, how many now? Like 36 or something like that? It's got to be up there. Something like that. It's got to be like 36. I think I started in 2018, 2019. November to November, November to November. So 5 times 12. Oh god. Was it 5 years though? I don't know if I can count that. I mean, that's... Actually, that'd be like 60 of them. Yikes. That'd be crazy. It can't be 60. No, it's not. It's not. It's probably more close to 4 years. So 4 times 12. That's what, 48 of them? Jesus, really? Yeah, wow. Okay. I guess I could have given her a purple skirt. Change it a little bit. Somebody else some teal pants. This guy over here, he's asking for it. Here you go, buddy. Got some teal pants going on. I guess he's technically wearing overalls. I'm gonna have to tone it down a bit. It's a bit too loud. But maybe that's what he likes. Who knows? I can't give this guy in the back brown pants because he's in front of a brown building. I'll just give him some, like, Levi's blue. I guess that's more gray. This guy, wow. Pull some of that off. I have to make more green here. Like, I want it to be too crazy. Yeah, that's not bright enough. Yeah, the colors on the screen are not. Let me see if I can fix those. They're a bit too hot. It's a little bit better. I don't have an actual green, so I'm trying to work with mixing these blue greens with these yellow greens to make a similar green. It's kind of working. See if I can make this a little bit more gold. I assume for light they actually use a lot of oil-based lighting sources like oil lamps instead of actual candles. So that's why I've got like an oil sconce here. I think I make this at night. I didn't plan for that though. Nah, we'll pass on that. It's just a sunlit day. And they're in the forest. Their little village. Lots of green. If it were night, I would have wanted to play with more lighting effects. Like I would have had more oil sconces around. See if this won't start blending out on its own. That would be nice. Oh, thank you. I'm glad they do. It's like half what I'm going for. Then later on I'll, sharpen them up with either some white or, just line work. Line work saves a lot of things you may not even realize you put in. You see them after you put in the color and you're like, oh, it can just be that, and then you can just outline it. And so far the dogs are being very good. I tried to tire them out before I started the stream, so hopefully I've bought myself at least an hour or so. I just hate it when it's too hot where I can't take them out. And they're so stupid, they'll sit out there when it's like 90 degrees out and be like, yeah, this is great. Except they're like dying. It's like dogs, come on. Honestly, I think this is one of those stories that would be better as my toned paper with the lighting done to it. Like my mouse story, my light mouse. Yet another candle-centric story. I guess I have a type. I'm gonna put these hot spots in and then later on with the white kind of carve them out again. It's true. Very true. And I do think my tone paper game is pretty strong. Usually with the magic though. Typically it isn't so much, you know, candles as it is magic, at least in a few of my pieces. I think these would be here. It's a bit better. Bring this color back a little bit more, but make it more copper orangey. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go really dark on these windows too, actually. Let's go too dark, see what happens. One of them's starting up. I'm doing this darker because I actually really want the silhouette of the couple to stand out. So if my logic is correct then, that would mean this is a younger woman with an older man. If we're going by the standards that I set. Which I think that's hilarious. If the older people are shorter and the younger people are taller. Which creepily would make babies the tallest people. So I gotta think about that a little bit more because that's some nightmare fuel. Tall babies just in general, like that sentence, tall babies, freaks me out. Maybe. Well, for those of you saying the whole lighting thing with candles and tone paper, in case you hadn't seen this story of my light mouse, I know you probably have, Alice, but just in case. It was a fun way to play with light. Because I think lighting is more important most of the time than anatomy or anything like that. I think lighting is much more important. Because you can carve out anatomy with lighting, you know, so if you learn lighting, the anatomy kind of follows. So let's say he's lit from behind then. That would mean this guy is also lit from behind. And these people are also lit from behind. That's one of my stories that has a happy ending. The the one with the mice. So I kind of like that one. Grabbed yellow. Why did, oh, I guess I was gonna go over here. Maybe he's checking out this fancy gold one. Whoa, guy, big spender. Maybe this one is just an iron one. And this one, maybe that one's copper. We'll make that one copper. Copper's another good one. Maybe I should add copper in. Copper's at least kind of a warm tone. And I think it's somewhat fire resilient. So then I don't have to make everything iron, which would be nice. So this would actually be copper instead. Or brass or something. Yeah, that could be fun. Copper's kind of dented too. It's got dents all over it. Or at least how I think of them. Alright, I'll wait for this to dry up a bit and then I'll go over it with the other stuff. I'll lift this color off this boot a bit. That's not where I want it. Do some shading. I know it looks really messy because it's going over the crop line here. So if I zoom in, it won't look as bad. Still doesn't look great right now, but at least it's in the crop area so you don't see all the messiness on the outside. So, oh, those are still wet. Let's further dapple them. Okay. It's still a little damp. Sometimes you gotta carve stuff back out. It's just what happens. Thinking today's Monday. I'm very wrong. And like, not like a holiday Monday, but just like normal ass Monday. Oh, you're gonna do the snake? Nice. Well, what about... Probably something swan related. Wonder if swans have different names. Like, I would look up what swan is in different languages. See if anything fits, like with who your snake is. Or maybe just a name that means beautiful. How come 2 names? It'd be cool if their only name kind of, I guess, denoted what they were to become. Like, the name itself was a foreshadowing. That sort of thing. But even so, you could do Journey June completely without your character having a name. Like, last year, mine didn't have a name the entire time. He still doesn't. I still love him, though. He's one of my favorite characters I think I've ever made. He still doesn't have a name. Hi, Isabel! Totally forgot this Candle Dude's boots. Candle Dude. Get some booties on, bro. Candle booty. Exactly. I prefer making stories without dialogue, but if I do throw it in, I usually make sure it's impactful, like it's necessary. Because one of the most important things I think I ever learned in one of my storyboarding classes was if you can tell the entire story and what's happening and everything by shots, body language, mood, everything except dialogue, you've made a successful story. And adding in dialogue only where it's absolutely necessary makes it very strong. Because a lot of the time, a bad story depends too much on dialogue. It's too much. That's why exposition has such a bad rap, because usually it's like, just show me, don't tell me, you know? Show, don't tell, that whole thing. It's just bad form to tell them everything instead of just showing them. Because you can show a lot of things through the characters' body language, their costume, the surrounding elements, how the other characters in the world respond, things like that. Like, you can use everything in the scene to tell your story, not just words. Oh, bye, Jeff. Thanks for coming. You could do that. Cavendish, I would just really try to focus maybe on not even doing that. See if you can do it through just framing and where your camera angles are, how the characters are expressing. You'd be surprised how far you can get with that. I think in all 4 years that I did these stories, I maybe had 4 lines of dialogue out of 4 stories. And it was in last year's. And it was just one character that spoke. But definitely try it without, and if you find yourself being like, ugh, this needs dialogue, ask yourself why it needs dialogue, because it might be something you need to show, and remember that you don't always need to show the characters every day. So like, I think one of the prompts is rare item. You don't even need to show the character for that. Don't feel like you gotta jam them into every scene. Sometimes it's stronger to just show the thing in question. If it's a rare item, just show the rare item. That's that day. You're done. It's nothing like, I know some people have this need to put in the characters in every scene they can, but that's just not how these things work. Sometimes your hero isn't in a shot. Sometimes it's your side characters having a conversation or things like that. It's almost like you gotta remove the hero sometimes so that the audience can miss them. That whole thing. I'm excited for it too. I want to see what you do. I love seeing everyone's pieces. It is so exciting. So absolutely exciting. It's Christmas for me, man. Every year. I love Journey June. You still... That might still be a little bit. This one. But something I like to do every Journey June is make like a title card or something for the story that's like a nice piece of finished concept work. And then that kind of gets you hyped up for the story, and then you just kind of take off doing the rough thumbnails. Like you've gotten it out of your system that you want to draw your character really nicely. So now you're ready to tell their story. And I don't know, I feel like that's a good cleaning out the system before getting into the actual challenge, A simple little man with a simple little smile. He's a simp. But it's okay. Oh, at the beginning or the end of the month, Cavendish? You'll just have to really lean into those days you're super into telling the story. Which I think that's just the best thing. Like any day you're really feeling your story, you're super excited for it, you can't wait to tell the next part, keep going. You know, because you're going to have days where you're not as lit up as that, and you want to actually, you know, keep going. That way you make up a buffer, and for the days that you're kind of dragging ass, you know, that's what that's for. You can be like, all right, well, I'm 4 days ahead, so I don't need to necessarily do anything today. I've bought myself some time to have an actual art block. Oh, thank you, Alice. Well, the first week. So, I mean, maybe set aside time at night once you get back to the hotel room if you don't party or anything, and you can do it during then, or in the morning before you go to the con, or before you even go to the con, like this weekend, today and tomorrow. Bang out maybe the first 3 days and then try to do, you know, the rest while you're on the road. I mean, that's going to ultimately, you know, come down to you and how you like to work, but made me want to draw the bells in, Alice. You know me and bells. What's extra nice is I've unknowingly chosen characters that are primitive shapes. So since they're basically cylinders, this makes a lot of things a lot easier for me too. And I did that without even realizing I did that. So that's nice. Nice side effect of having cylindrical characters. But if you can boil any of your characters down to just being shapes, that's going to help so much. So much. San Francisco for a documentary premiere of the life of one of Fritz's childhood best friends in the middle. Oh, cool. Yes, the rough thumbnails can be knocked out extremely fast, and that's really the point of it, so you don't get overwhelmed, so you're not doing any finalized art. I think you'll be fine. The hardest part about it is the thinking, and you know, you can do that luckily anywhere. Before bed, when you're in the shower, anywhere. So if you find yourself waiting for, you know, your friend to come out of somewhere, be like, I wonder what my character is going to do today, you know? And try to keep that much, like, cavalierness. I don't know how to, just be casual about it. Don't think it's a whole thing and then, you know, you psych yourself out. Stay light about it. Because if you can stay light, that's going to keep the story fun, lighthearted. I mean, even the heavier times, if it does have, you know, some heavier themes, those will still be easier to approach with all this kept in mind, you know? Well, just tell yourself maybe at least, you know, this much out of this much time on the road, I have to think of Journey June. Or like, I'm going to think of this many days for Journey June, and then I can be on the internet or whatever. I have this terrible thing where I cannot do anything in a car. I can't play games, I can't read, I can't do anything. It sucks. Road trips suck for me. I'm usually the person that drives because of this, but I get extremely carsick. It's so messed up. I don't know why. But I've never been able to do anything because of it. So usually I'm left just thinking while driving of these sorts of things. And then I usually have to ask Gabe to write something down for me because I can't do it. But it sucks. Anybody else have that? Like, it's... Even Dramamine doesn't even really help me. I've tried, man. I've tried all those things. There's, like, these little wristbands you can wear. I've tried those. The only thing I haven't tried is there's these silly-looking glasses that have, like, liquid in them. I haven't tried that. But apparently that helps with motion sickness still. $17 a day for hotel internet. Ew. I'm glad it helps, Twillo. I'm glad you found a way around it. Yeah, it sucks you can't do anything, you know? I hope you're at least able to read or something. I can't draw, I can't read, I can't do jack shit. It's awful. One of the longest drives we ever took was to Ferry Con. From where we were at the time, it was like 20 hours. And I think I drove, God, most of it. Because I think we stopped once or twice at hotels. But, oh my God, it was the worst. So I just could not, I couldn't be the passenger. I can't be the passenger. And it gets worse if I sit in the back seat, too. Oh my God. I don't understand. Oh, hold on. But no matter who's doing Journey June, make sure you draw your character a couple times before your story starts, because you want to figure out how you're going to draw them majority of the time. You don't want to be doing your thumbnails and like day 7 you find out, oh my God, like I've changed my character 5 times, so that when you look back at your thumbnails you don't even know who's who. So draw them like, I don't know, 5 to 7 times, just little doodles, and you know, see how they reduce at that size to make them small. Because like I said, you might need to change how they look. It's okay, Ezekor. No worries. I'm glad I went too. Otherwise it would have been really making me wonder the whole time. So I'm glad I went too. It was worth it. And people had told me that was kind of an off year anyway, so maybe it's been better since. Exactly, yeah. Have to look out the front windshield. I don't understand. It's true, Cavendish, yep. I mean, unless they get a hat, then you could go through and just add on a hat just so you know who it is, but just in general, you know. Thank you, Wolfo. Thank you. How you been? You been good? Times are crazy lately. At least here in the States. Sad times. If anybody wants to adopt a Cloverkin and bring them to their country, let me know. Me and my entourage would like to not live in the US anymore. This place is just such a downer. Look at this candle man with his paunchy butt. You got a little paunchy butt, candle man. You got a fat booty. All that cake on your candle butt. Candle cake. I forgot to color his boots too. Figures! Thankful for summer. Last college semester's rough. Of course, in the US has been a nightmare. It has been a nightmare. True. Oh, cute Cavendish. Ooh. I love that. That's so adorable. Little sunners. Little sun boys. Is he growing it back? Like, is that true that they can regenerate their tails? Are they salamanders? What are they? I'm guessing salamanders. Scaredy Fox, thank you for the raid. What's up? How was your stream? Oh, thank you for the follow, Scaredy Fox. Welcome, everybody. Emma! Did you bring him over? Oh my gosh. Hi, everybody. We are working on Journey June stuff right now, which is an upcoming challenge in June. And this is my character. My little candle man. Thank you. Do you have a good stream? What'd you do? Feel free to share. If anybody coming in is an artist, please feel free to share your stuff. Share your socials and what have you. Gotta go back. Drawing doggos. I hear ya. I'm so mad I forgot there's no mail tomorrow. That always bugs me when I forget about that. Lots of doggos, huh? Soccer fields, thank you for the follow. Let me see if I can open that up. Sorry, I am sniffly. Blah blah blah. Got the allergies. Oh, you do indeed. Look at all them doggos. Goodness. I am also a pet portrait artist, but mine are not as realistic as yours. Yours are beautiful. And you use the tone paper. Dang. Are they all Chihuahuas usually too? Oh, they're so cute with the bulbous eyes. I love them. I love all of them. Yeah, majority of the time I'm doing pet portraits too. Like, that's my main gig, but I don't know. On weekends I tend not to work on them on streams just because I've been doing them like all week. So I want to work on my own stuff. It's an ongoing thing, man. Aw, soccer fields. Thank you. I appreciate that so much. That's so sweet of you to say. I totally forgot what my chat rules are. And my avatar is just mainly for days I don't have my camera. Some days when I don't have a lot of time to do art on a stream, like I'll just take an hour or two and I'll just do it as quick as I can. But mostly on the weekends I have a camera up and I get dolled up, I put on my ears and all that stuff. But I don't know. If it's going to be a quick stream, then I'm kind of like, meh. I don't know. Oh, what'd you name him, Scaredy? I have one of my Poms is a Chihuahua mix. He's a Pomchi. He's a Pomchi boy. He's feisty. Chihuahuas are feisty. We got a dog up the road who I think is a Jack Russell mixed with a Chihuahua. And he's like blind, but he's adorable. I love him. He's always barking and he has no idea what he's barking at. And it's sweet. He's a sweet guy. Chewini? Yeah, Chewinis. She's very long. Aw. What a sweetie. Oh, thank you for the raid, though. I appreciate that. If I have heavy breathing, it's seriously because I've got my allergies going on. Apologies if that's put off, if you're put off by that. Drawing rust is fun because you can kind of erode the actual, area away. And this is what I was talking about earlier when the paint just kind of does some stuff for you. So now all I have to do is kind of outline lightly where it's been torn away. Because I didn't plan these parts, they just happened. Embrace the chaos. And this is just some rough concept work I wanted to do for my upcoming story for Journey June. It's It's just really nice to do rough stuff once in a while. Like stuff you're just cool with however it turns out. You don't mind that it's kind of janky. It's okay. Oh, thank you, Scaredy. Enjoy your cleaning. Thanks so much for the raid again. What's everybody gonna do the rest of the day? I'm gonna finish up all the stuff I need to put out on Tuesday for my Curious Collectors and my Clover Card people. I'm gonna work on my Devoted Dandikin that I owe, which are original pieces that I send every month, or try to my patrons, and then try to do the end of the month Patreon post, which I'll show a behind the scenes of one of my recent reels that I did. The one with the turnip, or rather lack thereof. The non-existent turnip. And I just do some fluffy little leafy bushes. Nothing too amazing, nothing too detailed. Just because they're more detailed in the foreground, but not so much so I'm spending like 10 minutes on each leaf, you know? Concepts, quick, messy. Get the idea down and move on. I have to go soon because I have to feed the dogs. But I think we're at a decent stopping point, I think, anyway. Almost got it mostly lined out. God, these remind me of the trees we have in our backyard. I hate them. We have to tear them down. They were here when we moved in, and they're just awful. They hurt, they're sharp, the dogs go into them all the time, get spiders all over them. Like, spiders are just going crazy in them. There's no way to stop them. So one of our goals this year was to tear them out. I don't know when we're gonna get to do that, but man, I am so tired of those things. They're not even pretty. They're just stupid trees that they put in to make them like have a privacy fence up that are just trees, but these trees are awful. I love trees, don't get me wrong, but they're like pine trees, but they're pine trees that are little and puffy, and they hurt. And like I said, they just attract the spiders like crazy. And they're built close enough where the spiders just keep making webs in between each tree. So each tree is like a condo for a spider. Cavendish, you would hate it. You would hate it so much. You would not be a fan. Let's see, this is a little bit too... That's closer. Thanks, Evie. So, yeah, I think we're basically done. So if anybody has any questions or comments about anything, maybe Journey June questions, if you want to follow the story, follow Cloverkin JJ on Instagram. I have a separate account for my Journey June stuff every year. What else? I think that's basically it. Next week, I think I'm going to be in the same situation. I think Gabe works 2 to 10 again, so we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll be doing emojis. I have to do my emojis. So maybe I'll be doing those, do some digital stuff next week. Oh, thank you, Evie. Well, if anybody wants to check out my past Journey Junes, they are under... Oh god, what were they? Let me see if I can find them. The first one was JJ Hazel. Second one was JJ Pip. Third one is JJ Satyr Mouse. Male Tail. I totally forgot I picked that. He didn't have a name. So, on Instagram, if you look up these, those are my stories the previous years. And then this one will probably be JJ Willick. Or maybe just JJ Candle. We'll see. Put in one more little fake font here. I like doing fake fonts. I don't know why. It's fun. I hope those of you who need some, rest this weekend, I hope you get it. Make sure to get some rest. Our hearts and our minds lately have been absolutely just barraged with terribleness from the world. So if you need time to just check out, please take it. There's no shame in that. If you need a break, you take a break. We'll be here when you get back. Things just are a little crazy. And then to actually follow other people's stories, this year's tag will be Journey June 22. So that'll be anybody who does stories this year. They'll come up in that tag. So then you can find a new story and then follow that one. We have a couple people that do it every year, and there's this one person who always does like absolutely amazing. She's one of my favorite accounts. Let me see if I can find her. Oh, here comes Bruni. Tell me she needs to eat. I know, Moo. I know. I know. You gonna snort at me? I know. I know it's time. I know. Oh, my big baby. Good girl, Moo. I can't find her. Unless maybe I try to search for her. Maybe I'll... You're being so snorty. You're snorty, Moo. You guys hungry? Oh, here we go. Found her. Yeah, this girl, she does amazing. Every year she joins in and her stuff is just so fun. Oh yeah, then I'll probably see you again, Evie. So here again is our little guy and one of the people who live in the town. He looks like he's gonna go work out. But I'm excited for this. I think it'll be fun. It'll be a fun time. Alright. This was a pretty decent, I guess, concept art session. I'm pretty pleased with it. I'll probably cut it out so it looks better because this crop line, it'll look better when it's not like this. Alright. So I will see really quick if there's anybody on, but I'm gonna have to duck out if I can't find anybody. I know, Moo. Hold on. Oh my god, no one is online. Wow, well that explains a lot. Alright. Well, that's okay. So this week, have a good week. Be good to yourself, be kind to others. Join Journey June if you want a fun challenge and to make a story in a month. We're there with you the whole way. And we have lots of resources as well that, you know, people can use in case you get stuck or don't know what to do. And other than that, if you want to join my Patreon, please consider it. It's my only income right now, and it really helps out. And I have some pretty cool stuff. So, you have a wonderful week too, EB. Bye, Azakor. Thanks for joining, alright? Have a good week, everybody. Thanks so much again. Bye-bye.